everybody. So in under 12 hours we are hopefully going to go and do the Tongariro crossing, since the weather is looking fine, as you saw in the previous take. Currently we are in Waikoko campsite, a few minutes off Tarangi, as we need to leave. We have a shuttle to take us to the starting point at 7:30 in the morning, and hence we need to leave here by about 7. So we're planning to wake up at 5. Ugh. But anyway, it'll be all good. So right now we're going to show you all the kit we're taking, and we're going to start with the bag we're using. So for this venture we're going to be using my beautiful Osprey Aura. It is a 65-liter bag, and the only reason we're using this one and not our 30-liter bags is because this bag distributes weight much better, and we're carrying a lot of water and a few other bits and pieces. So for the sake of Sam's bag, not mine, because I'm doing all the filming, so yay. But to make it a bit smaller, you can remove its hood. That is the hood removed. You just clip it in to make it much smaller, and we will show you the packing of this bag as well later, so you can see how it looks. Now Sam's going to take over to show you all the other stuff.
Okay, so now you've seen the bag that I'm going to carry. So on our mattress here is everything that is going to go in that bag that we will need for the day. Now obviously we're going to be wearing a set of clothes, so just basic trousers and t-shirt, but you'll see that later on. So other clothes that we're taking each a thermal base layer, kind of just in emergencies if it gets really windy or cold, and also a fleece each to be prepared for all weather eventualities. We've each got a woolly hat, a sun hat, and then scarf and a pair of gloves. We also each have our waterproofs in case it rains, and also as another layer, because layering is important, and that's pretty much all you need, just layers. Polly also has her very thin insulating layer made from Primaloft gold, so it squashes down really small and it's warmer than a fleece. And we also each have a pair of walking boots, very good walking boots, and also walking socks. These are very thick, very good supporting socks for when you're doing long walks, and they go with the boots. Anyway, and then we also have one pair of walking poles. These are Polly's. Apparently our shuttle gives walking poles.
That's only for the return, I think.
We'll see. Then we have all the other kit. So we have 2 big bottles of water, so that's 3 litres of water between us. Head torches with new batteries in. These are again for emergencies in case it gets dark or we need to signal some help. Then we each have our phones. We've got a camera plus, which is here, and then we've got the GoPro, which we'll take as well. A first aid kit, just a small one, and inside there's many different drugs. Then we're each going to have a Swiss Army knife, tissues, wet wipes to clean hands when we're eating. We also have food, obviously, otherwise we'll be very hungry. Steaks of meat, which go very well with bread. Speaking of bread, we've got an entire loaf which we'll make sandwiches with in the morning. You've seen our bag, you've seen our kit, and now you'll see us getting this stuff into the bag.
Everybody, it's really cold. I'm tired.
It's just gone 5:30. We're up and we're cooking breakfast.
Well, about to. This morning, in honor of doing a lot of physical exertion, we're going to try and have English breakfast. So Boomy Van cooked English breakfast.
Or will cook.
Let's see how that goes. Breakfast was divine. Oh, it was so nice. Doesn't matter what the eggs look like, they still tasted of egg. So now we need to make lunch at the crossing, and we're going to use the rest of the sausages. Shush alarm.
That means we need to go.
Yeah, that's our leave in 5 minutes thing.
Well,
Let's get cracking then. Okay, so we are at the start of the Tongariro circuit track. It's 19.4 kilometers long over loose terrain. The crossing is between Mount Tongariro and Mount Nangahuri. I'm sure I mispronounced that, but more commonly known as Mount Doom from Lord of the Rings. So we're just waiting for the crowd to kind of disperse a little bit along the track before we set off. We did it!
19.4 kilometers plus a 700-meter
Courtesy ride.
back to the security car park.
That courtesy ride was spot on. We just caught it too.
Just caught it. The last one was at 5:30. We got there at just after 5:30 and there were 2 spaces left just for us. So,
Oh, exhausted. Catch you later. on what happened.
Yeah.
Okay guys, so now we are in Wellington sitting in a park.
So if you don't have booked accommodation with a shower, then we suggest you try and finish the walk around 4. Otherwise you won't be able to visit the only public shower in Tarangi in the swimming pool.
Which is what happened to us, as we finished a bit too late, hence we basically didn't have time to go have a shower. Pretty much the shower closed as soon as we were finishing the walk. So we just ended up going back to Tarangi, having a Burger King, and then driving to the free campsite that we started at that morning. And then this morning we just drove the 4 to 5 hours to Wellington and just went to have a shower as soon as possible. Now for the crossing itself, it was really an amazing experience. We definitely recommend it. The actual walk for a huge part of it actually feels relatively flat until you reach the Devil's Staircase and a few kilometers before the top. And also beware the few kilometers or meters, I'm not actually sure how far it is, but it is extremely steep for that final leg up, and the ground is so sleepy, like it has loose rocks, like you wouldn't believe. Yeah. You'll be like dancing on marbles. You really have to be careful. But aside from that, it really is an endurance challenge more than anything else, as it is a lot of kilometers and you do feel like you're walking for quite a while. After you pass the highest point and you pass the lakes, you eventually you come across the other side of the mountain volcano range, and you start seeing your end point.
And at that point you think, oh wow, we're really close, and it honestly takes 2 to 3 hours to zigzag your way down.
Let that fool you. You may see the forest where you end. No, you're not there yet. You're
2 to 3 hours away from there yet.
It's like you're a cat and someone's holding a steak in front of you, taunting you. It's like, oh, do you want that? You want that? You want to be there? No, you can't be there. You have to spend another 2, 3, 4 hours walking. And really I wouldn't really mind that, but the path was so it was maintained by human hands, hence it meant it was flat and hard. And for those of you who are experienced walkers, you would know that if your feet are made to step on the same surface for a long time, hence the same pressure gets applied to your feet, hence your feet start to feel bruised. If you were to walk on rocks or like uneven ground, different parts of your feet get stressed, so it doesn't feel as bad. But no, this was like pretty much 8-9 kilometers of just walking on flat hard ground. It just both of our feet were just absolutely dead. Yeah, so but I have no regrets. It was an amazing experience. Like, what about you?
Yep, no regrets at all. The only thing I would say is don't go and spend your money on a tour guide. Of course you can get a tour for anything in New Zealand, but honestly you won't get lost. The pathway is very well maintained. There's a massive string of people, so you just follow them, you won't get lost at all. And if you're paying just for like a history lesson on the Tongariro area, there are loads of museums. There's a museum in Taupo, there's one in Tarangi even, which are a lot cheaper or even free. So just don't spend your money, just go out and enjoy it, walk at your own pace and just take it all in.
Alright guys, have you ever done the Tongariro crossing? What did you think? And would you recommend any other awesome walks in New Zealand?
Don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up and follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram.
Remember to subscribe for more awesome vlogs and other things such as the Never Swing, maybe other crazy stuff,
We'll see you next time.